Yo, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to the Bob Bradley YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be doing the annual Jazz-O-Latern program. There are 3 others, and this is Jazz-O-Latern 4.
Killer finds.
That's right.
As it starts to get dark early, the leaves start to change colors, and there's a nip in the air. The jazz records come forth because the vibe is heavy.
This week, I was on the road and went to some interesting shops where I found some great records that I've been looking for a while. So I have really awesome stuff to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. Coming in hot from Wayne Shorter, Moto, Grosso, Theo. Here's Wayne on the front. Typical 70s Blue Note cover, kind of plain, a bit generic, but nevertheless a cool picture of Wayne here on the front. Has a little bit of personnel here. Moto Grosso Theo is rainforest in Brazil. Could roughly be translated to lively, ugly movement or something to that effect. We have the Blue Note symbol here for the times. It is on that dark Blue Note label with a black B. This is the original pressing of the record. This is an acoustic jazz record at a time when electric jazz was coming into vogue. Bitches Brew had just been made, and the dawn of fusion was upon all of the players. Wayne at the very center of this movement. He gets these fellas together, which we'll talk about in a minute, and they make this beautiful record. Spectacular even. Now, one thing about this record, some of the players on here are playing instruments that are just a little bit different from what they would normally play. Wayne, of course, is on soprano and tenor sax. John McLaughlin is on 12-string acoustic guitar. Chick Corea is on marimba, drums, and percussion. Ron Carter is on bass and cello. There are 3 drummers and 3 bass players on this record. This is one of the final records that Wayne made right before he went to Weather Report. So, it's incredibly beautiful sounding, great recording. It was recorded in 1970, but didn't come out until 74. Duke Pearson remembered the date and recommended that they finally release it. Thank God. It's a great record. Not very expensive. I paid $14.99 for this. It's in great shape, probably VG Plus easy, from Plaid Room Records in Loveland, Ohio. Yeah. If you watched my Summer of CTI series, not this summer, but the summer before, you probably noticed that I didn't show any Antonio Carlos Jobim records.
Boom.
Here's the Jobim record, Wave. Now, there are 2 colorways on this record. One has more of a green background, and then you have this one with the red. I haven't done enough research to know like which one is the first pressing per se, but this one was clean and it was $20. It's pretty nice. On your typical A&M CTI label, brown, uninteresting. That said, the music is exactly what you would expect from a CTI recording. You get the grandiose strings, lush instrumentation. Jobim, of course, is a guitarist known for his bossa nova and samba stylings. Really good record. If you see the Jobim records on CTI, definitely pick them up. I have a large collection of Liberty Blue Notes, a lot of them actually, because I started collecting jazz before all the new reissue stuff started coming out of Blue Note. So at the time, the Liberties were the most affordable and high quality thing that you could get that were all analog. So when I saw this for $20, I had to pick it up. The Horace Silver Quintet and Trio. Yeah. Blowing the Blues Away. This is classic. Everybody knows this record. Iconic looking cover. Typical Blue Note label. RVG stereo in the dead wax. Beautiful Horace Silver record. Not much to say about it other than Horace Silver is a monster on the piano, and everyone in this band is absolutely killing it. This is a great record to put on. Super entertaining, typical Horace Silver. The Blue Note Classic Series version of this is fantastic. If you see that, snag it. Or if you see a more original copy that's clean, grab that one. All right, let's get into some heavier things. I was down at Better Days Records here in Louisville, Kentucky, going through the new arrivals when I noticed a couple crates down below. I got down there and started creeping around, and I noticed this record, Underground by Thelonious Monk. I was not real familiar with the music on this record, but I have seen the cover many, many times. And I always thought, I gotta get that record. But it had eluded me. And finally, I found this copy, more than likely out of the 70s, as we have the Columbia 360 this way, yeah. Not to be confused with the 2i. Has this completely iconic cover, Monk at the piano, and you've got all this stuff going on. Lots of sidearms laying around, long rifles, even some tied up bad guys here in the back, some revolutionaries, lots of booze. This is a crazy record. You know, Monk doing his demented stride piano deal. As far as personnel, it's Monk on piano, Charlie Rouse on tenor sax, Larry Gales on bass, and Ben Riley on the drums. It's great. Actually, I enjoyed this quite a bit. I paid 15 bucks for it. It was worth it at twice the price. If you see Underground by Thelonious Monk, you should get it. I have a lot of Monk, and this is right up there with some of the best of his records. So, beautiful record. Monk's Underground. I was at Shake It in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you know, I was going through the crates and it wasn't looking good. When I saw a record that I've been looking for a while, was gonna buy the Acoustic Sounds release of this record because undoubtedly it would sound amazing, but I kind of wanted something a little more original. When I saw this near mint copy it was $20 after tax, so I had to do it. Boom. Charlie Mingus. Yep, down here it says Charlie Mingus, not Charles. Charlie Mingus on this record. Blues and Roots. Mingus doing his thing on here. Full-fledged. This is a super nice sounding record sonically. And the material on this is not quite as insane as Mingus normally is. Me and Mingus don't always get along. I find his composing to be somewhat chaotic and dense. This is possibly, to my ears, one of his more palatable records if you don't normally like Mingus. I have most of Mingus's major releases, and I was missing this one. So, when I saw it for 20 bucks out the door, I thought, yeah, this is a no-brainer. This is an easy way to get into this record for an affordable price. Is on that 70s green and orange label. This will work fine for me. It sounds great. This is a nice sounding pressing. You should probably pick it up. It is one of the classic titles and, from my estimation, one of his best. Not an expensive record if you can find 70s repress of it like this one, and it will not disappoint. Small stack of records here, but enough for me to sink my teeth into at least until mid-November, I would say. It will get me through the Halloween holiday and Election Day, I am sure, Veterans Day, etc. And I will be a happy camper with a bowl of chili and a piece of cornbread next to the fire. My fall will be well underway. So until we meet again, that's right, folks. Bob out.